question everything. So when I was coming up and I was with my grandparents, rest in peace, they, especially my grandmother, she always dressed up and kept the Indian look when it comes to her heritage, my heritage. But, you know, my point is, when I was coming up, I was told that I was Indian and I wasn't from Africa. I was told this by my grandparents, that I am the real, true American Indians that was found here when the colonizers got here. And our people are not from Africa. I was told this by my grandparents, so I knew this all my life. Didn't understand it young till I started, seeing it in my mom's and my people growing up, you know. And as time went on, you come into your own. But with that stated, it's like, why is the schools and the government teaching us that we're African American? Now, I know that I'm Indian because, like I said, I was told by my grandmother a long time ago, my grandfather and my grandparents, period. So with that stated, how do the government teach you who you are when your bloodline tells you who you are? When your family that you're born to tell you who you are? I was living in one state, moved my sons to another state so that we can go to school and pretty much learn certain information that I wanted them to know. But long story short, the school was teaching them that they was African American. And my sons came home upset because they know they're a true American Indian. Because it's our bloodline. Taught from our forefathers and family members before us. And what burnt me, because I had to get at the school, was, who are y'all to teach my children that they're African American? Y'all don't know me. Not to mention, we're not from this state. And for us to come to this state and y'all never met me in my life or my family in my life, who gives you the right in school to teach my children something that they're not? How do you tell them who they are and never met me before in my life? How do that work? So I was very upset and very ecstatic with the fact that the school can try to teach my children through programming that they're African American when they're not. Not at all. Has no ties to it. But this is what's been going on for years now when it comes to our children being indoctrinated into a system that the colonizers control and manipulate through their own curriculums that we have no say and no ties in. And this is what's happening to a lot of our children all around America, that we're being taught lies from this system to circumvent us from our own identity right here in America, in our own land of America. When you think it's in the best interest of the colonizers to trick the people that are the real landlords of the land into believing that they're not from this land, when you think that would be in their best interest, why would they teach you the truth? Especially if you're from this land. Wouldn't that put them in a bad position when it comes to them controlling your land, mass incarcerating you on your own land, keeping you out of resources from the resources of your own land? Wouldn't that be a major issue? Why else would the government want to teach that you're not from this land, that they got you from somewhere else? How else do that work? Because it's not in the best interest of us. Because if they was in the best interest of us and helping us, they would liberate us and give us reparations. Meaning our land and the money that they done stole off the backs of our forefathers and ancestors, as well as us, to mechanize and fund our land. But is they trying to do that? Of course not. So why would they teach you anything that would benefit you. Even right now, in your schools, they don't teach you how to do small engine repair. They don't teach you how to do landscaping, painting, none of that stuff. You have to go to their colleges and stuff and be lucky if you can get into a technical school when it should be mandated throughout all schools from the time you walk into school from kindergarten on up. That way you'll be a skilled person to be able to take care of yourself with your own physical hands on your own, building your communities up every single day based off of the many skills that you came out of school with, because school is about empowering the people. But do you think they're really trying to empower the Aboriginal Negroes after crushing our country, cursing our civilization, and putting us in shackles? Do you think that's their goal? Exactly. So with that stated, you got to wake up to that and understand that if your people's told you that you was Indian or have some Indian in you, 9 times out of 10, that's because you're a Negro and you are the Indian. That's the real reality to it. We don't need Doll Scroll and the federal government to back us. Why would the federal government that been trying to do all these mass assassins to us, to our people for so long, help us? Why would the United States government help us? These are the questions you got to ask yourself when you think about these different types of forms and files and paperwork. We had paperwork when they got here. It didn't stop the cannon. It didn't stop the invasion. We had laws when they got here. It didn't stop the cannon. It didn't stop the invasion. So what make you think their paperwork is going to help you or change anything for you? That's not how they took the country. Go figure. But hey, who am I? I just don't get it. I just don't understand. But that is the question. You let me know. Peace, peace.